But we have a question here. Dustin,
Mm-hmm.
are the Rams frauds?
Okay. So I have been one of the biggest Rams defenders. Okay, I have, and you have been very vocal about your belief that they are frauds, and I have long lived by the mantra.
For God's sakes, Ryan. Kevin wishes he may. Kevin wishes he might, and Kevin feels God in his chilies tonight. Well done, Ryan.
He also is correcting me. He says that Heartlight was for E.T., the extraterrestrial. He is probably right about that. I don't call him Encyclopedia Britannica for nothing. I thought it was the Care Bear movie because they had the Care Bear stare and the hearts would come out of their stomach. But he might be right that it was E.T.
All right. But the Rams lost last night as we're recording to a beaten down and battered San Francisco team.
Yeah. That's what I was going to say. I was going to say, and I was going to let you take the floor after but I have said that I'm never going to bet against a Sean McVay led team again. I think he's a genius of a coach. He always figures out a way to get that offense clicking, and their defense pretty good. But if you can't win against a Niners team that was without Brock Purdy, half their receiving core, you lost to Mac Jones and Christian McCaffrey. I don't even think Kittle played in this game. Did he, Dan? I'm not sure, but this Niners team was beat up and the Rams lost. So now I have to say, right now, as of now, you are right, sir. You are right. They are a bit of frauds.
Here's the ultimate thing that would concern me if I'm a Rams fan. You lost to a seriously injured 49er team.
Yeah.
I've watched all 5 of these games that the Rams have played. You know, the Texans, Tennessee. Tennessee you beat easily.
Yeah.
Indianapolis, you probably should have lost to them, to be completely fair, because Indianapolis, like,
if Adonai Mitchell doesn't do what he did, I went into John Sterling speak for a second there. Well, if he catches that ball, but he didn't, John.
But he didn't, John.
Yeah,
he didn't, John. What happened? He did, and then they should have beaten Philadelphia.
Yeah.
They should have mopped the floor with the Eagles. But the Texans game is the one that I saw. I was like, how are you not destroying this team? They're gifting you this game. It was week 1 where I was like, this is not a great team. This is not a great team. And I did say this where I was like, you brought in Devontae Adams and that was it.
Yeah.
That's all you did. Essentially, it's the same team as last year.
Yeah.
So my great question for Ram fans is, where's the hype train stopped at now? Where is it? Because you, as a fan base, have hyped this team up for, 6 months? 8 months or so? Saying that, the Rams are going to win the Super Bowl, the Rams are going to do this, the Rams are going to do that. Matthew Stafford. We're not even addressing the elephant in the room in this whole thing. Matthew Stafford has looked like he's been playing hurt.
Well, I mean, he's always been tough, even in his time in Detroit. But I haven't seen enough of the Rams. I haven't seen enough of the Rams to make a judgment call on whether I think he's playing hurt. But I will agree with you. He is one stiff hit away from his back being a real problem.
Yeah, he's one bad hit away from being crippled. Dang near crippled pretty much. But I don't know, because the talent, when Seattle's destroying people on defense.
Yeah.
Destroying people.
And we'll get to it, but they have a lot.
We'll get to that. Yes.
On defense. They have injuries on defense right now. So this isn't even the prime defense.
Yeah. It's crazy. But back to the Rams' point, LA should be destroying teams. with this level of talent that they have. The fact that they're not, and all these games are considerably close, would scare me if I'm a fan of this team. It would absolutely scare the daylights out of me because all of a sudden the league's going to catch up. And all of a sudden, the rest of your opponents on your schedule, Jacksonville, San Francisco again, Seattle's coming up in a few weeks. In Seattle, might I add, that's coming up. All of a sudden, those teams are going to start to catch up and go, "Hey, your offensive line is not great. It's not It's okay. Your receivers other than Puka Nacua and Devontae Adams are average. Your tight ends are average. Sorry, Tyler Higbee, you're average. Your defense is 3 or 4 guys, and that's it." And Sean McVay, I'm not going to question McVay.
No.
I'm not going to question McVay, but there was a couple calls that he made last night against San Francisco where I'm like, huh? And what? I'm very puzzled and confused. Huh?
Yeah. Yeah, which every coach that can happen. And Ryan, it's like he knows what I was going to say. You mentioned Jacksonville; their defense is legit. Ryan pointed that out to me on No Creds. I did not realize the level Jacksonville their defense had been playing at. So
yeah, that's the other thing. Jacksonville has been playing a lot better, and it's amazing. Coaching matters.
Yes.
Which, by the way, Ryan, I'm going to clip this week's episode of Time to BS, and as a fellow New Yorker who understands the pain of Jet fans, I think Aaron Glenn's the right guy. Patient, please. Just give it the perfect example of this is Detroit. I can already feel this man's anger boiling on his keyboard, going, you're wrong. I'm like, just give it time. It's still early.
Ryan's pretty measured compared to some of Jets fandom. I think he knows what the game is. I think he knows what the game is.
He does.
But yeah, I mean, to your point about the Rams, McVay can make some questionable calls sometimes. And if I may push back, see the thing just a little bit. I do agree with you. Something is not right with the Rams now.
No, something's wrong.
You should have been able to beat that Niner team last night, no problem. However, that's the old any given Sunday, or in this case, Thursday in the NFL. It can happen. Mac Jones, he hasn't looked too bad. Filling in. And the other thing is, that's another case of maybe coaching matters. There are rumblings that Mac Jones' confidence was absolutely destroyed by Belichick in his last run in New England.
Yeah.
But the Rams, I think some Rams fans might try to argue with you if their receiving core is only Puka Nacua and Devontae Adams with occasional contributions from like Tutu Atwell and people like that.
Who's a deep threat, and that's it.
But when Puka Nacua is playing at the level that he is playing at right now, you don't need much else. No one can stop him. All they really need is a couple of deep bombs to Devontae Adams, who has proven he can still get behind the defense. Figure out creative ways to line Puka Nacua up, hand the ball off to Kyren, and that should be enough offense for the Rams. However, I don't think that game plan is going to work against.
But to counter your argument, why haven't they been able to do that? Is the great question here. Why haven't they been able to just blow the doors off of teams? Philadelphia was shooting themselves in the foot 2 weeks ago.
Yeah,
against the Rams, you should have destroyed them by 40 points.
And see,
in their own building, their own freaking building.
This is where the argument is: winning changes everything. Winning changes the perception because I think you could say much of the same about the Eagles as you are saying about the Rams right now. Their losses on defense in the beginning of the year, their defense looked bad. They seem to have righted the ship a little bit but their offense is out of sync right now.
Yeah, it's scary.
Saquon Barkley, by his standards, is off to start the year. You got AJ Brown sending out cryptic tweets. He's barely involved. Devontae Smith
Drama
isn't
queen.
involved as much. But yet, here's the thing: they're finding ways to beat teams, and they're finding
teams.
ways to win.
Yeah.
So now the narrative with the Eagles is once they really get it going, watch out, because they don't even have it going and they're 4-0. So
it's crazy.
This is but I agree with you. You are more right about the Rams than I have been so far, and it'll be interesting to see how the rest of the season plays out. They should have beat that Niners team, no problem, last night.
On the shoulder.
That Niners team is a walking wounded right now,
yeah.
and it frustrates me that they have the record that they do, because the Seahawks should have beat them week 1. That game.
Oh God, you're telling me this now? Yeah.